Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for the Super Sons Fortress of Attitude. And as we return, we are covering the challenge of the Super Sons, Death by Doom Scroll. I'd like to point out, as I mentioned in the last video covering the Super Sons, that in this I'm covering the panels that stood out to me. And as we move forward into this one, we return to the metropolis present day, to which we meet Rora. And one thing I like about this page that stands out is that it points out that so much time and so many centuries waiting. I imagine this might be Rora waiting for all this moment, and then brought up in the panel is a map. Now, it's a bit hard to tell if this map is sort of like showing to where we are going next, or this map might be a foreshadowing to where we will be going in the future in the story. In other words, will this be the end game? We'll soon find out. Now, as we move into the next panel, or this next page, there's a bit of a page that happens beforehand, and it says free from Savage and free from Faust. And this is from Rora. Even though I did not show this page, I want to bring up that I wonder if there will be an appearance of an enemy of the Justice League. They go by a couple of names such as the Crime Champions, the Injustice League, and the Secret Society of Supervillains, to which one of the names brought up is Faust. So I wonder if we might see Sebastian Faust in this run. It doesn't mean it will happen, but it certainly comes off as exciting. And even Savage, will we get the appearance of someone related to Vandal Savage? Now, moving to the page that... This page is absolutely stunning. And as they enter the page, it comes to welcome back friends, and seeing John's entry here, good old 21st century, I'd recognize that smell anywhere. And it makes me sort of wonder, are they in the present day continuity? Maybe, maybe not. It's still unsure. But it feels like that they have jumped to this part in time, especially to what's been said earlier. As we move to later on in this story, we find ourselves at Central City, to which Damian Wayne and John Samuel Kent have learned, both Robin and Superboy, have learned a little bit more as to what happens in regards to the Doom Scroll. We also learn a bit of lore around it. Damien brings up, Savage said if the victim finds out of the prophecy scroll, then the punishment would be instant death of an innocent. So we've got big consequences if they don't act in regards to preventing the person from dying. And I really enjoy that because it brings the big risks that both Damian Wayne, Robin, and John Samuel Kent, Superboy, really have to pull their heads in and get their butts in the gear in regards to this. Yes, there is quite a bit missed in this last this page that I've brought in, but let's pay attention to what's ahead. moving into this next page, you can't neglect that they are working on borrowed time, and I really enjoy the art in this. I must admit it's quite consistent, so a great job there to the artist. And moving forward here, we've got Damien. He's putting it out there. Damn it, there's no lightning strike close in the area. Why do we know that lightning is important in this? Because it's going to be like a key element to, well, attempt to kill the Flash. And with time running so short, because they have basically an hour to save everyone who turns up on the Doom Scroll. And that's why the risk is very important for these characters. One of the reasons I chose this page, because it shows where the characters will be moving on to next. And that is the character of Wonder Woman. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens and comes about when they try to stop the attempted kill on Wonder Woman. Anyone who has seen the solicits for issue 3, it shows a Minotaur on the cover, and it makes me wonder, is there something different about this Minotaur to which we don't normally know in DC Comics? But one good thing with this ending too is that it ends on a good note. Not so much a death note, but a good note. But still very fun. I know I've missed a lot of other pages in between, but moving on to, I want to give my review in regards to the story overall. The beginning was interesting. It did feel like it missed some things, but I hope they do get covered up in further issues. The art is pretty much consistent, and I'm enjoying the art. We got time, or better yet, the importance of time in this story. We got locations, which was fantastic. And of course we know who the cast is. But we're also learning who one of the new cast members are, which is Rora. And I'm wondering what the character's relationship is between Superman, John, and of course now the Super Sons. So it'll be very interesting to see how this story comes across. So, an 8.5 for the cover, 8.5 for the story, and an 8.5 for the art.